Okay, so we're going to go over your study guide. And just so you guys know, on your test, I will be giving you guys the formulas. The formula sheet will be on on Schoology though. So you might have to split your screen with Schoology and with your test on Big Ideas if you want those formulas for the test. So find the circumference of a circle, round your number or round your answer to the nearest hundredth. So we are finding circumference, and remember circumference, we use C equals diameter times pi, or C equals 2 times your radius times pi. And so they gave us the radius, so this is R, so we're going to use this formula. So C equals 2 times 2 times 3.14. And so our calculator, we are going to do 2 times 2 times 3.14, and we get 12.56. We don't need to round to the our answer because it's already in 2 decimal places. So we have 12.56 as our answer. Find the area of the circle. Round your answer to the nearest hundredth or 2 decimal places. So area equals radius squared times pi. So we have area equals, this is our radius because it only goes halfway. And so we have 13 squared times pi. So remember, this means that we're only multiplying 13 2 times pi. So we have 13 times 13 times 3.14 equals 530.66. So that is my answer. We don't have to round this one either because it's already giving us 2 decimal places, and that's what we want our answer to be in. For number 3, it says find the area. So make sure you're actually reading those directions because we don't want to accidentally find the parameter. So find the area and round your answer to the nearest hundredth. So remember, area, capital A, equals radius squared times pi. So we have the diameter goes all the way across. So what they gave us was the diameter because this goes all the way, and that's 14. We only want to go halfway across to find the area. So remember, diameter divided by 2 equals our radius. So we're going to do 14 divided by 2 equals 7, which is our radius. So we're going to do 7 times 7 times 3.14. And so that gives us 7 times 7 times 3.14, 153.86 equals our area. But that's of a whole circle, so that would be if this continued all the way down. And it doesn't. We only want this half. So we need to divide this by 2 because we need to cut the circle in half. So divided by 2, and we get 76.93. And that's our answer. So don't forget, if it's a half circle, we need to divide our answer by 2 to get half of the circle. Also, can we take a second? That's actually a really nice half circle that I drew there. Kind of proud. All right, number 4. Find the area of the figure. So this one was actually very similar to the one that was on your homework. And so what we're going to do is, again, this is area. So we are going to find the area of the box. So we're going to look at the length and the width. So we're going to multiply these two together. So what I like to do is keep it organized. And so I'm going to find the area of the box first. And so I'm going to do 15.5 times 12.4. We get 192.2. And then we need to find the area of the triangle. So remember our base and our height. So remember area. So this is area equals 1/2 your base times your height. Our base and our height are always near this little square in the corner that's telling us it's a right angle. Please forgive my stomach for growling. So we don't care about this side. We don't care about the side diagonal from the right angle. We only care about the base and the height. So our base, now my dog's growling, is 1/2 times 9.3. This is our base. That's an arrow pointing here. And then our height is the arrow pointing here, which is 12.4. So we have 9.3 times 12.4 times 1/2, or we can just divide by 2. And we get 57.66, and then we add those together. So we're going to add this answer and this answer. So 192.2 plus 57.66 equals 249.86. So this is my answer. Okay, number 5. So this is a right angle, and so this is telling us that it equals 90 degrees. And so these are complementary angles. So this angle plus this angle gives us 90. So x plus 9 plus 44 gives us 90. So now we're going to solve by subtracting 44 from both sides. And we need to subtract 9 from both sides because we're adding 9. So subtract 9. X equals 37. So that's our x. All right, so find the value of x. This makes it look super complex, but it's not. Look at it this way. So from C, like line C, is a straight line. And so that means that this angle here plus this angle here gives us a straight line, which equals 180. So we have 10x plus 26x equals 180. And so we can add these together because they both have x's. So we get 36x equals 180. And then now we do 180 divided by 36, and we get 5. So we divided by 36 on both sides, and we get x equals 5. So even though there's a lot drawn there, just try to simplify it as much as you can. We can ignore this whole side over here and just look at it like it's a straight line. All right, complete the sentence with always, sometimes, or never. If x and y are supplementary angles, then x and y are blank vertical. Okay, so supplementary means two angles that add up to 180 degrees. That's angles, sorry. So let's see if I can do this. So here, these are vertical angles. They're across from each other. Can those ever equal 180? Remember that whatever this side is, this side has to be the same thing. So the only time that could happen is 180 divided by two angles would be 90. So if this angle is 90 and this angle is 90, because they're vertical, they have to be the same, then yes, those can be supplementary angles because 90 plus 90 equals 180. But what if I had something that looked like this and this was 15 degrees? That means this would be 15 degrees. So those wouldn't add up to 180. So it's not all the time that they're 180, it's just sometimes they're 180. So you're just trying to figure out if you can find an example that would give you always, sometimes, or never. All right, so number 8. This is the last one on your study guide. So you enclose a fence by sectioning a fence with lengths of 9, 12, and 15. So it looks like it's going to be a triangle. If it's enclosed, that means that it's a closed shape. And so if one side is 9, the other side is 12, and the other side is 15, then that means it's a triangle. Also, the bigger side is always across from your right angle. So we know that it's a right triangle. And so this bigger side is always across from it, which means that this is my base and this is my height. So your first two numbers are going to be your base and your height. I have those, this would be my, sorry, the way that I wrote it up there means that this is my height and this is my base. But that's okay because it doesn't really matter as long as it's not 15. So now we know that a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 of 9 times 12. 9 times 12 divided by 2, because it's half of it, is 54. So it's about 54 meters squared would be our area. If you have any questions, please, please, please email me. We can also do a Zoom call. But like I said, on your test, you'll be given the formulas just like I did for your study guide. And then there's also a practice test that I want you to do now. So go and do your practice test. If you want more practice tests, feel free to email me and I can assign you a couple more. All right, get started.